Dear Greg, I can't get my son Micah to do anything I ask. He won't clean his room, he won't do his homework, nothing. When I talk to him, he either ignores me or gets mad or walks away. I've tried begging him, yelling at him, bribing him, but nothing works. What am I supposed to do?
You sound pretty frustrated, and why wouldn't you be? Without either of you realizing what's happening, your son is holding you prisoner. Think about it. He can make you yell and beg and get angry and pretty much go crazy whenever he wants. That's a lot of power for a child to have over a parent, don't you think? Unfortunately, with your child controlling you like that, you're not in a position where you can teach him anything. And that's exactly what he needs. He needs a parent and a teacher. But you can't fill those functions for him while he jerks you around like a doll. He's in control, and it's killing both of you. Now, the solution is not for you to become a tyrant and try to control everything he does. That's no good either. Most parents go back and forth between controlling their children and being permissive, and neither works. And the answer isn't somewhere in between either. So what's the solution? You need to love and teach this child. Love and teach simultaneously. You need to read the book, Real Love and Parenting, from cover to cover, probably more than once. But the short version is this. Your first move is that you have to admit right now that you do not know how to unconditionally love your son. That realization nearly kills most parents, and many of them simply will not admit it. The problem is that if we can't admit what's true, we can't ever learn and grow. But the evidence in your case is undeniable. You get impatient and angry with Micah, which is completely incompatible with real love. In real love, there is no disappointment or anger. You also plead with him and beg him, which an unconditionally loving parent never does either. Once you've admitted that you're not loving your son now, you can begin to learn how. You can learn to unconditionally love your son. As you tell the truth about yourself, you'll find people who will unconditionally love you, and gradually you'll be able to pass that on to your son. When you have more real love, you'll be able to talk to him without impatience or disappointment or anger. That is absolutely essential to any conversation you have with him. Because right now, every time you get disappointed or irritated with him, he hears you say only 4 words. I don't love you, really. And then he'll immediately fight you. No child likes to hear those terrible words. That's the main reason that he's fighting you now and ignoring you and walking away from you. He does not feel loved by you. That really is the reason. Think about this. If you knew for an absolute fact that I loved you, if you could feel that love to the marrow of your bones, would you resist me? Or fight me? Or run from me? Of course not. And neither would your son. So, loving him is a big, big step. Once he begins to feel that you really care about him, everything will begin to go easier between you two. In the meantime, there are some other things you can do, because you obviously can't wait until you're perfectly loving before you talk to him. We'll talk about some of these things in our next session.